Hello everyone. Today we will be talking about the summary of William Wordsworth's poem Alice Fell or Poverty. So, in the first stanza, the postboy dropped with fierce career, for threatening clouds the moon had drowned, when, as we hurried on, my ear was smitten with a startling sound. So in the first stanza, the postboy was driving with a great speed. The moon was hidden with dark clouds, and as they just moved on with the carriage, the speaker caught the attention of a sound. Second stanza, as if the wind blew many ways, I heard a sound, and more it seemed to follow with the chase, and still I heard it as before. So in the second stanza, the wind moves around the speaker from here and there, and the sound grew, and it was following the chase or the carriage that the postboy was driving. The speaker could hear the sound as before. In the third stanza, at length I to the boy called out. He stopped his horses at the word, but neither cry, nor voice, nor shout, nor aught else like it could be heard. So in the third stanza, the speaker calls out the boy to stop the chase, and it stopped at just one word. The speaker is unable to hear the voice now, and the cry anymore. Stanza 4. The boy then smacked his whip, and fast the horses scampered through the rain. But, hearing soon upon the blast the cry, I bade him halt again. So in this fourth stanza, the boy then beats the horses to move the carriage. The horses ran again in the rain, and the speaker again stops the boy. Stanza 5. Forthwith alighting on the ground, whence comes, said I, this piteous mourn? And there a little girl I found, sitting behind the chaise alone. So in the stanza 5, the speaker is asking the location of the sound that the crying is coming from. He investigates around the chaise, and he finds a little girl sitting behind the carriage all alone. Stanza 6. My clock, no other word she spake, but loud and bitterly she wept, as if her innocent heart would break, and down from off her seat she leaped. So in the sixth stanza, the girl only uttered a word, that is, my clock. She cried loudly, as if someone has broken her innocent heart. She gets off from the carriage. The seventh stanza. What ails you, child? She sobbed. Look here. I saw it in the wheel entangled, a weather-beaten rag as ever from any garden scarecrow dangled. So the speaker asks what is causing her the problem. She says to look here to the speaker at the clock that is entangled between the wheels. The clock is damaged, and it is compared to a scarecrow from a garden. Stanza 8. There, twisted between nave and spoke, it hung, nor could at once be freed. But our joint pains unloosed the clock, a miserable wreck indeed. So the clock was trapped between wheels and spokes of the carriage. It was very much difficult for the speaker to detangle the cloak at once, but they managed to detangle the cloak after some time. The cloak had become very much miserable, and it was very much damaged because it had been entangled in the carriage. Stanza 9. And whither are you going, child, tonight alone these lonesome ways? To Durham, answered she, half wild. Then come with me into the chaise. So in the stanza 9, the speaker asks, where is she heading towards? Where is she going? So this little girl replies back to the speaker that she is going to Durham. Durham is a particular place in England. The speaker offers her help to come with him, and she lets her on the chaise. So stanza 10. Insensible to all relief sat the poor girl, and forthwith sent sob after sob, as if her grief could never have an end. So in the stanzas 10, there were nothing to comfort her pain. She was weeping and crying all the time. She was crying in her own grief as if it will never end. Stanza 11. My child, in Durham do you dwell? She checked herself in her distress and said, my name is Alice Fell. I'm fatherless and motherless. So in stanza 11, we get to know the name of this little girl. And the speaker then asks where in Durham she lives. In her distressed state, she tells her name as Alice Fell and she is an orphan. That means she doesn't have a mother, neither she has a father. Stanza 12. And I to Durham, sir, belong. Again, as if the thought would choke her very heart, her grip grew strong, and all was for her tattered cloak. So in stanza 12, she tells the speaker that she belongs to Durham. The thought of Durham actually overwhelms her feelings. It seems that the damaged clock holds value to her as it is the prime focus of her at the particular moment. Stanza 13. The chase drove on, our journey's end was nigh, and sitting by my side, as if she had lost her only friend, she wept, nor would be pacified. So in stanza 13, the boy continues to drive the chase till they reach their destination, and the little girl Alice Fell sat next to the speaker, and she was still weeping and crying as if she has lost her only friend, and the speaker could not comfort Alice Fell. Stanza 14. Up to the tavern door we posed, of Alice and her grief I told, and I gave money to the host to buy a new cloak for the old. So they evidently reached the inn, and he narrated the story of Alice to the host. The speaker gave money to the host so that the host will buy a new cloak for Alice to replace the old cloak that she is wearing. Stanza 15. And let it be of duffel grey, as warm a cloak as man can sell. Proud creature was she the next day, the little orphan Alice Fell. So in the last stanza, the new cloak should be of the color or duffel grey fabric, as the speaker has suggested to the host, and it will be warm, and that could be sold easily to the market. And Alice Fell wore this cloak the next day with proud and confidence despite being an orphan. So thank you so much.